Dear uncles, aunts, and friends, before we begin, I sincerely wish you all good health, peace, and may each passing day be gentle and comfortable. Have you ever felt this way? You're eating just fine, then suddenly feel a lump in your throat. Or you've just laid down to rest after dinner and suddenly feel a burning in your chest, slight shortness of breath, followed by a sour taste in your burp? Or perhaps while talking, you suddenly feel tightness in your throat, like something is rising all the way up from your stomach? I understand that feeling very clearly, because many of you have messaged me saying, every time I eat, I'm scared, because my stomach rumbles, burns, and feels terribly uncomfortable. Many people think it's just indigestion, and that it'll go away after a few days. But in fact, it could be a clear sign of a common yet dangerous condition if left untreated, and that is gastroesophageal reflux disease. It may sound mild, but if ignored and untreated over time, it can lead to chronic sore throat, hoarseness, even pneumonia, and worse, increase the risk of esophageal cancer, a disease many elderly people today are silently facing without knowing the cause. But don't worry, I didn't make this video to scare anyone, only to share honestly, clearly, and closely, so you can understand why we get acid reflux even when we're eating very carefully. Because reflux isn't just a digestive issue, it's also the result of an unbalanced lifestyle and a constantly stressed mind. A healthy stomach doesn't come from expensive foods, but from small choices we repeat every day. How we eat, when we sleep, and how we learn to slow down and reconnect with our bodies. When we eat mindfully, just enough, gently, and with gratitude, not only will our stomach become healthier, but our minds will feel calmer too. In today's video, I'll share 4 simple but extremely effective foods that help soothe the stomach and reduce acid reflux if used properly. And at the end of the video, I'll talk about 3 bad habits, seemingly harmless, that actually make the stomach weaker and worsen acid reflux over time. So please watch the entire video to truly understand the root causes and choose the right way to heal your stomach, gently and without medication. And if while watching, you find that some parts match your own condition, leave a comment with the number 1 so I know the content is helpful. But if you feel like you need a slower, more detailed explanation, leave a 0 and I'll make a follow-up video that's easier to follow. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please support by pressing the subscribe button right below, so that each day I can continue to bring you more truths, more goodness, and more practical tips that are easy to apply for better health. First, I want you to clearly understand the root cause. Why do some people still suffer from acid reflux no matter what they eat, even though they've already tried to avoid everything? Dear friends, if simply eating the right food could stop acid reflux, then many people would already be healed. But reality isn't that simple. There are uncles and aunts who are very careful. They avoid fried foods, don't touch alcohol, eat oatmeal porridge, ripe bananas, steamed vegetables, neeks, and yet still suffer from heartburn, throat tightness, sour burps, and discomfort after meals. So why is that? Let me explain clearly so you understand. Acid reflux doesn't just come from food. It also comes from how we eat, when we eat, and the emotional state we bring to each meal. If the stomach is like a pot, then our mental state is the flame, and our eating schedule is the pressure valve. If the flame is always too strong, if we eat too fast, and don't give ourselves time to rest after meals, then no matter how healthy the food is, the stomach will become overwhelmed and respond by pushing acid up the esophagus. There are 3 major reasons why reflux happens even with the right diet. First, eating too fast, swallowing in a rush, and not chewing thoroughly causes food to enter the stomach without being broken down properly, putting strain on the digestive system. Second, lying down immediately after eating prevents the lower esophageal sphincter from closing fully, making it easier for acid to flow upward. Third, eating while stressed or tired causes the stomach to contract unevenly, leading to excessive acid production that doesn't get used up and ends up refluxing when given the chance. let me share with you the story of Uncle Tu in Binjung, one of our longtime channel viewers. Uncle Tu called and told me he had tried everything I recommended. Eating ripe bananas every morning, drinking warm ginger tea before meals, eating diluted oatmeal porridge, cutting out coffee and fried foods. But after a week, the reflux symptoms were still there, sometimes even worse. His throat still burned, he felt blocked after eating, and at night he still had to prop up his pillow to sleep. Hearing that, I knew something wasn't quite right, so I asked more about his daily routine. Turns out, he ate oatmeal in the morning, but would lie down and read the paper right after. In the evening, he ate at 9 p.m. and went to bed just 20 minutes later. And after every meal, he drank a strong cup of tea, because he said he was used to it, and food didn't taste good without it. I immediately understood. The issue wasn't the food itself, it was that his lifestyle was still putting too much burden on his stomach. Eating late, lying down early, drinking strong tea, just 3 small habits, but enough to cause acid to reflux at any time. I advised him to make adjustments. Eat dinner before 7 p.m., go for a light walk for 15 to 20 minutes after eating, stop drinking strong tea, and replace it with warm ginger water, and avoid lying down after meals. 4 days later, he called me back, sounding cheerful. He said, "You know what? Now after eating, I feel light in my stomach. My throat doesn't burn anymore, and I sleep through the night." Funny thing is, one night, I rushed through dinner, and it came back right away. Hearing that made me so happy for him, and also helped me realize, once again, the stomach is not difficult to please. It's simply reflecting how we treat our body every day. Eating right but living wrong brings no benefit. But eating right, slowing down, breathing deeply, and knowing when to rest, those things make the stomach calm down and get better, little by little, every day. Dear friends, sometimes we don't even need extra medication or drastic changes. All it takes is slowing down a little at each meal, giving the stomach a moment of ease, and the body will thank us with restful sleep, a throat that no longer burns, and a much lighter spirit. And I truly believe everyone can start doing this. Today. You see, sometimes just making a small adjustment, and your body will respond clearly right away. And to help that process happen faster, smoother, and more gently, your daily food choices also play a very important role. Some foods don't need to be expensive or hard to find. They might already be in your kitchen, easy to prepare, easy to eat, yet capable of soothing your stomach lining, neutralizing excess acid, and greatly reducing that burning sensation, tight throat, or indigestion. But before moving on to the next section, if you feel what I've shared so far is relatable, easy to understand, and matches your situation, don't hesitate to leave a comment to let me know. Type number 1 if you found the content helpful, or 0 if you want me to explain more thoroughly and slowly in future videos. And if you haven't subscribed yet, remember to hit the subscribe button right below the video. Every day, I'll be sending you more deep, practical, and easy to understand health knowledge for your daily life. Right now, I'll be sharing with you 4 types of food that many people have used and felt significant relief from acid reflux after just a few days of applying them. One of the simplest, easiest to find fruits that is extremely helpful in reducing acid reflux is ripe bananas. Bananas are rich in soluble fiber, especially pectin, a substance that can absorb excess acid and support smoother digestion. Once in the body, pectin helps thicken the protective mucus layer along the stomach walls, shielding the stomach lining from gastric acid attacks. In addition, bananas are high in potassium, a mineral that helps regulate the pH level in the stomach, balancing the acid-alkaline environment inside. When acid levels are neutralized, the sensation of heartburn, nausea, or burping will gradually subside. Bananas also have a soft texture, are easy to digest, and are suitable for those experiencing mild esophageal inflammation caused by reflux. However, to get the best effect from bananas, you should eat them when they are fully ripe, no longer astringent or green-skinned. and about 30 minutes after a main meal. At that point, your stomach is already digesting, so the banana helps soothe the acid secretion process and prevent reflux. Avoid eating bananas on an empty stomach, as doing so may cause a sudden rise in magnesium and stomach acid, leading to the opposite effect like bloating, gas, or even nausea in those with sensitive stomachs. Also, avoid eating bananas that are too cold or stored in the fridge for too long, as the low temperature can make the stomach contract more strongly upon contact, increasing the risk of irritating the stomach lining. If used at the right time and in the right amount, about 1 banana per day, ripe bananas not only help reduce reflux, but also improve digestive function, promote mild bowel movements, and support stable blood pressure, which indirectly affects digestive health in older adults. Next, dear uncles and aunts, you can try adding oatmeal into your daily diet. This is a food rich in soluble fiber with a naturally alkaline property, making it very suitable for absorbing excess acid in the stomach, thereby helping reduce heartburn and acid reflux. Oatmeal acts like a gentle cushion, both soothing the esophageal lining and supporting the digestive process to run more slowly and steadily. When eaten, oatmeal does not produce acid. On the contrary, it helps balance the acid-alkaline environment in the stomach. Thanks to that, the leftover acid has no chance to reflux up the throat. Moreover, because it's high in fiber, oatmeal creates a long-lasting feeling of fullness while still being light on the stomach, helping to reduce the habit of snacking after main meals, which is an indirect cause of continuous stomach work and easier acid reflux. The soluble fiber in oatmeal also helps soften stools, supports regular bowel movements, and prevents bloating or indigestion, a common factor that often goes hand in hand with acid reflux. You should choose plain unsweetened oats and use them in the morning, which is the best time. You can cook a thin porridge with a bit of warm water, or mix oats with warm water as a light breakfast replacement. No need to add milk, and don't pair with sour fruits. Just keep it bland and warm so the oats can fully bring out their stomach-soothing potential. If used regularly once a day in a small portion, oatmeal will serve as a gentle companion for the digestive system, helping you not only feel lighter in the stomach, but also significantly reduce the feeling of throat burning, belching, and nausea after eating. And if you're looking for an ingredient that's both simple and effective in reducing acid reflux, then fresh ginger is a choice worth considering. Ginger contains the compound gingerol, a natural anti-inflammatory that can soothe irritation in the stomach and esophagus lining. Gingerol also helps reduce excessive spasms in the digestive tract, thereby limiting the chance of acid being pushed back into the esophagus after meals. Not only that, ginger also supports blood circulation in the abdominal area, which helps warm the stomach, improve digestion, and reduce the feeling of cold in the stomach, a common cause that makes older people prone to reflux at night. As for how to use it, you can slice a few thin pieces of fresh ginger, steep them in about 200 ml of warm water at 70 to 80 degrees Celsius, cover it, and let it sit for about 10 minutes so the essence of the ginger is fully released. Then drink it about 20 minutes before a main meal to help soothe the stomach, reduce strong contractions, and significantly lower the risk of reflux after a full meal. If you like, you can also add a small slice of ginger to your evening cup of warm water. This not only helps you sleep better, but also keeps the stomach warm and functioning more gently during rest. However, keep in mind not to consume too much ginger at once, and don't drink it on an empty stomach. Ginger has a slightly warming effect, so if taken at the wrong time or in excess, it can cause discomfort or burning for those with sensitive stomachs. With the right amount, about 2 to 3 slices per day, ginger becomes a quiet but effective ally, helping the stomach react less negatively, protecting the esophagus better, and gradually eliminating nausea and bloating. In addition to simple ingredients, like ripe bananas, oatmeal, and ginger, the final one is leafy greens. Leafy greens rich in fiber also play an important role in supporting a healthy stomach, reducing pressure that causes reflux, and improving digestion naturally. Leafy greens contain high amounts of both soluble and insoluble fiber, helping to regulate intestinal movement, promote elimination, and gently cleanse the digestive tract. When the intestines are clear, not clogged with leftover food or excessive gas, the internal pressure in the stomach also decreases significantly, which helps reduce the risk of acid reflux into the esophagus. Moreover, the fiber in vegetables can absorb part of the residual acid after meals, helping neutralize the pH environment inside the stomach and soothe the lining that may have already been damaged by acid. This is especially important for those who often experience sour burps, chest burning, or nausea after eating. Some vegetables particularly beneficial for people with acid reflux include Malabar spinach, bok choy, Chinese cabbage, and cabbage. These greens are not only high in fiber, but also rich in B vitamins, vitamin K, and essential minerals that strengthen the protective lining of the stomach. However, to be effective and easy on the stomach, you should cook them by boiling or steaming. Avoid eating them raw or stir-frying with too much oil. Cooked vegetables are softer, less irritating to the lining, and easier to absorb nutrients from, especially when the stomach is weak. You can eat boiled vegetables at lunch or dinner, combined with easy-to-digest carbs and light protein to create a clean, nourishing meal that supports recovery and gradually reduces reflux. If you maintain the habit of eating green vegetables daily, your stomach will gradually become more stable. Reflux symptoms will clearly decrease, and more importantly, your digestive system will be cleansed and function more smoothly each day. Dear uncles and aunts, there's one very important thing I want to share in this section. Even when we choose the right foods and eat the right way, if we continue to maintain harmful habits, the stomach will still struggle to fully recover. There are habits that seem harmless, but are actually the silent causes of prolonged acid reflux that just won't go away. First, lying down right after eating. This is a very common habit, especially after lunch or dinner. When we've just eaten, the stomach is full of food and gastric juice. If we lie down immediately, gravity no longer keeps the acid in place. Instead, acid tends to flow upward into the esophagus, which is not protected by the same lining as the stomach. This causes that burning throat, sour burps, nausea, and even choking. Remember, wait at least 30 minutes after a meal before lying down, and when you do, raise your head with a pillow and lie on your left side to help the stomach digest better. Second, eating right before bedtime. Many people have a habit of eating dinner late, even at 8 or 9 p.m., and then going to sleep soon afterward. While we sleep, our body slows down. But the stomach hasn't finished digesting. This increases stomach pressure and leads to reflux while lying down. The best approach is to eat dinner at least 2 hours before bedtime. And if you're hungry after 8 p.m., have a cup of warm water or a light, easy-to-digest snack like ripe banana or thin porridge. But absolutely don't eat a full meal and then go straight to sleep. Third, drinking too much water while eating. It sounds simple, but it's one of the most common mistakes. During meals, the stomach needs a certain acid level to properly break down food. Drinking large gulps of water while eating dilutes stomach acid, making food less digested, more likely to ferment, create gas, and cause bloating or indigestion. Excess gas also builds pressure, pushing acid up into the esophagus. So, you should only drink a small amount of water about 15 minutes before meals, and avoid drinking too much during meals unless absolutely necessary. 3 small habits, but if adjusted properly, can bring noticeable results. Your stomach will no longer be overloaded, reflux will gradually reduce, and your body will begin to feel lighter and more comfortable each day. Dear friends, I've now shared 3 small habits that, if not adjusted, make it difficult for the stomach to heal. But if changed the right way, acid reflux can gradually decrease without the need for medication. A healthy stomach is not just about eating right, it's also about living in balance, slowing down, and listening to your own body. When we live a little lighter, our body knows how to begin healing itself, day by day. If today's content has been helpful, please don't forget to click the subscribe button on Chunli Sung, so I'll have more chances to share good things with you every day. And if you've ever experienced acid reflux, leave a little message below the video. I've been through it, and I want to feel better. So I know there's one more person choosing to walk this healthy, peaceful path. Don't forget to share this video with your loved ones, because who knows? A small share today might help someone ease that constant discomfort they've been silently enduring every day. Thank you so much for listening. See you again in the next video of